If Essex has said that nobility is not being born noble, then what is nobility? You see? And it comes back to what I was saying at the beginning. Nobility is a style. It's a form that you choose to take on. It's something that you live and you exude from your being.
Yes.
Now, you kind of get this idea of nobility as self-sacrifice. I mean, if you Google it and you read through the descriptions of nobility and the perfect gentleman and this, that, and the other, this idea comes through of like the gentleman is someone who sacrifices himself. And I don't personally believe that. I think that idea has a very weighted Christian connotation.
Yes.
And I don't think it is that. I think it's the noble, the person of nobility. It's not that they're sacrificing themselves for somebody else. It's that their inner drive is to serve others.
Yes.
And in serving others, you're actually serving yourself. Raising others up means that they will raise you up. Now, you don't do it for the other one to raise you up. You do it because it's your style that you've taken on to raise up other people.
Yes.
Whether that's the poor, whether that's those under your protection, whether that's those under your responsibility, whether that's your wife and children or your friends or your circle of intimate companions, whatever it is, by your raising other people up, they have to reciprocate by the nature of the human creature.
Yes.
Again, if you're raising somebody up, it's in the nature of the human creature to raise you up, to reciprocate and raise you up.
Yes.
And that's a key and very important part of the political manifestation of nobility in its highest form.
Yes.
Where the king or the sultan or the emperor or whatever title the ruler has, when he's raising up his nobles, the men of his court, the court are raising up the king. And like it is at the highest levels, it's the same on the lower levels. Whereas because the king is in charge, the king is in charge of the entire country, right? And each one of his nobles is in charge of a large chunk. So under the nobles are thousands of people. So the king raises up the noble raises up the king, the noble raises up his people, and the people raise up the noble. So it's a healthy dynamic across all stratas of society where there's responsibility and service in different shapes and different forms depending on where you fit in the, I don't want to say pyramid, but where you fit in the society.
Yeah.
So what I'm highlighting is there's layers. There's lots of layers, and there's ranks as well. There's different ranks of nobility, but it's the essence that I think is the thing that is lost. Well, not lost because it's not lost, but it's the essence that nobility is the essence that is missing in our modern time. And as you said, you're looking at the punk rock artist as somebody who's kind of on the outskirts of society, pushing and kind of in a way also a little bit anarchic, like
Yes,
breaking
yes.
away from society, trying to do something different, breaking the norms. For our time, to be noble is far out, dude. It's far out.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can aspire to, and it's something that anybody can attain, because like Essex said, it's not about your birth.